Hey everyone, Mother's Day is right around the corner, and if you are still looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift for your mother, your sister, your auntie, your friend, whoever it is that you want to honor, then Rose Forever may just be the perfect gift for you. They design luxurious rose boxes with natural roses, so they are stemless and they are preserved and will last for a period of 1 year as if they have been freshly picked. Now, I chose the lilac roses, but there are 17 different colors that you can choose from. And it also comes in a beautiful keepsake box. Mine is the black velvet, but you can also choose a pink suede. And you can choose the shape of your box. So maybe you'd like a square as opposed to a circle. If you use my discount code, Dyana20, Rose Forever will give you $20 off. Be sure to check out the link in the description box. Hey, what's up everyone? This is DyanaRozay. Welcome to my channel. You saw the thumbnail, you know exactly why you're here. I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. Before we begin, please hit the like, subscribe, and your notification bell because that is how others find me. Also, I appreciate every single one of you for rocking with me. Now let's get started. Well, you guys, it looks like Mel has taken a little bit of a break from social media, and so has the OWN promotion team. I don't know if you've noticed, but we are getting very little from OWN's YouTube pages and their IG pages on the new episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville that is supposed to air on Saturday. Y'all know that OWN likes to give you a little bit of a teaser so that people can, get ready for the new show. And on Saturday, we're going to get the tea party scene where Betty, who came as a +1, had some things to say to Melody. But there's also a moment between Tiffany and Kiki where Tiffany pretends to be obtuse about how well she knows her. Or maybe she's having a little bit of pregnancy brain. Either way, it looks like Kiki's gonna get her all the way together. And you guys, I remember Melody sharing very recently on her recap with Carlos that production does not force them to film with anyone, to show up at any scene and talk to anyone. So I'm really interested in seeing how this scene plays out on Saturday. Also, because it looks like they did resume filming, and to be honest, I think all of the cast, it doesn't look like anyone has been promoting Saturday's episode. I wonder if they've had a cast meeting to talk about how to move forward with the next half of the season, especially being that Stormy and her mom had a little bit of a blowout the other day with one of the YouTubers. The backlash from the birthday party episode is still lingering, so I know that people are on pins and needles about the upcoming episode. And you guys, because I did do a men's panel where they discussed how Black men present on television. If you guys watched that, you would have heard me say toward the end that there needs to be balance on television. Like, we need to see some of these bad behaviors get checked and corrected. Well, you guys, it turns out that Martel was checked at the birthday party. Now, we all saw him turn up and act like a damn silverback gorilla in that scene, screaming at Miss Van, talking about, "You stay out of it." But according to family members of Melody, they said that Martel did not walk into that party until after the conversation they had. So they're saying that it was after the conversation where she is trying to compromise and she is clearly pleading with him. And the family member goes on to say that after almost getting tore into, then one of her cousins walked up to the door, and that's when Martel backed all the way down. They said that production didn't want to show that part though, and then it goes on to say that he was actually escorted by the cousin to say hello and goodbye to the children. So that's when we see the little girls jump into his arms and hug him. That happened after the, craziness at the door, not before. And the family member goes on to say that Martel did not have the same energy that he had with Miss Van with the cousin. They said that he piped down real quick. Now, the cousin did say that the editing team made Melody look bad. Y'all heard my review for this episode. I thought he looked abusive. We've heard him repeatedly say and post that he will never miss a birthday, that he will never miss a holiday, which means that he's not following the court orders. That's abusive. I thought he looked uncooperative. Melody is literally trying to compromise with him. She's pleading with him and he is refusing. And not only is he refusing, he has a full-blown adult male temper tantrum. And if you had any doubt, this scene actually made him look even more like a control freak. And that's because by his own admission, he said, I didn't see my kids on their birthday last year, which was an even year when he was supposed to have them. And he also said that he didn't have them on the even year before that. And when Melody said you were invited both times, he had no response. So when Martel was in a good place and invited to the parties, he chose not to come. But now that they're in a contentious place because he has sued her for full custody, he initiated that. He wants to show up and start mess. That's not what a good father does. That's not the memory you want your kids to have. And in spite of everything that he did to try to get ahead of it, he still looks like a damn fool to me. But y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let's talk Kandi Burruss and Baby Ace. Y'all know that she got an Emmy and a Tony for a project she said she did it and forgot about. But now she is up and look who she's bringing along with her for the ride. Little Baby Ace. They had a commercial air during RHOA this past Sunday. And he was just the cutest thing ever. And you guys, Phaedra and Apollo's son, Dylan, y'all remember him, Mr. President. She used to call him Mr. President. He just turned 10 and he has a full-blown modeling contract, just as cute as he can be. Y'all know I love to see these kids grow up and be happy. Now let's talk a little bit more about Dr. Derica Harwell. If you guys missed my video from yesterday where I discussed part 2 of a crazy situation that she found herself in with someone who threatened her, literally threatened to unalive her, someone she knew only as an acquaintance online. Y'all go ahead and check this video out from yesterday and let's get into part 3. So I told you guys that Derricka shared a little bit of this story on Melody's mental health awareness series. She actually still has it posted on her IG page. But Derricka's life was turned upside down. She is a multi-millionaire who has several online businesses. When all of this took place, when this threat against her took place, the FBI came to her, let her know what was going on her son's 5th birthday. And then basically they had to go into hiding. She said she lost 60% of her income. I guess she couldn't work online because she was in hiding. Her family, who she said, her children, she homeschool. She has 6 kiddos, youngest 2 years old. She said that they all had, to miss opportunities, competitions, things that she has them in to keep them socialized. So it was really draining on the family across the board. And she talked about how her mental health was affected. Now, in part 1, I told you guys that Derricka wasn't the only one who was affected by this person, Ashley Grayson. There were 2 others. So in part 2, I gave you guys more insight in Derricka's story. Now check out what Cheryl Hodges had to say.
The officer was like, Miss Hodge? I was like, yes, sir. Now, the last time he said Miss Hodge, he was pulling me out the door, putting me in handcuffs for a warrant that I had for assault. He was like, yes, ma'am, we're here to make you aware of a murder for hire that had been put on your head. We want you to know that things have been mediated to the best of the ability. We don't think that there's no immediate threat. We want you to be aware of your surroundings, and if anything looks out of place or you don't recognize something or it looks suspicious, I want you to give us a call immediately. So him coming to my door confirming that was just like, this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Now let me take it back a little bit. Now when Ashley Grayson sued me and I was going through the court process, it was one night I got on live and told the internet that somebody had been playing at my door knocking, but every time I went to it, nobody was there. So then, a little bit after that is when I received a phone call from the FBI, and then the Addison Police Department lets me know, like, hey, somebody trying to take your life. Now, in that same breath, I had learned that it was 2 more individuals, Dr. Harwell and Patrick Tate, which is Ashley's ex-boyfriend. So I reached back out to the FBI agent and was like, hey, what happens when y'all identify victims of certain situations like this? So he said, I just want you to know that the case is not being investigated out of Texas. The investigation is coming out of Memphis, Tennessee. Now, when he said Memphis, I'm like, who the fuck do I know in Memphis? Because Ashley has a place in Dallas and she has a place in North Carolina. So it didn't cross my head at the time that it was her. So the FBI agent ended up calling me back after we ended that conversation and was like, hey, Sherelle, I got the green light from the Memphis lead agent, and they told me that I could interview you and send over your interview to them so that they can put 2 and 2 together and try to figure out what's going on with this case. So I was like, yes, sir. What do I do? He said, well, we can either come to you or you can come to the FBI location in Dallas.
Now, I told you guys that the FBI made Derricka and her family go into hiding, but it doesn't sound like they require the same for Cheryl. And right now, Ashley has a civil suit on Derricka and Derricka has one on her. So that means she's still free to walk in the streets, and she's pregnant, y'all. So tomorrow, I'm going to let you hear what Ashley's ex-boyfriend had to say, because she also had a hit out on him. And I'm going to let you know where this case is right now. So go ahead, hit the like, subscribe, and your notification bell, and I will check you on the next one.